Hey everybody, Mr. Reen here. Today we're going to be looking at how to complete a histogram modeling tool that we're going to be looking at a lot throughout this unit. The modeling tool you're about to see includes a bunch of different features, and we're going to go over all of those and begin looking at how we actually create different models usually using this tool. So first and foremost, right here, you're going to see different models that we will use that will have histograms in them. And then on the right-hand side, you're going to see different features that you're going to drag and drop and manipulate in different ways onto your histogram. Now, first and foremost, we have two sets of histograms. We have a title, we have goals, we have all this information. Let's break it down. The histogram, this is the fur and temperature of population A. Our goal is to show how and why population A changed after the environment changed from warm to cold. And you can see that information down here in your environmental labels. So here the environment changed from warm to cold. You'll notice we have a line under here to show some sort of timeline or time passing, whatever that may be, and then the environment became cold. Now, this histogram here has a label at the very top. It says this is our starting population, so the number of australopes. And then it shows the fur from low to high and the distribution of those traits. Now, if you notice on the second histogram here, it says population after 50 generations. We're missing a bunch of data. And then down here, we have trait labels. Plus S equals more likely to survive. Minus S equals less likely to survive. So let's go ahead and talk about how we go about completing our goal to show how and why the population changed after the environment changed from warm to cold. So first and foremost, we're going to start with our trait labels. We're going to look at our starting population and ask ourselves, what traits are more likely to survive and which traits are less likely to survive looking at our distribution? Well, I know if it's going to change from warm to cold, that they're going to need a trait that's going to allow them to survive in the cold environment. So our warmer or higher furred traits are more likely to survive. So I'm going to bring my plus features above maybe the middle section of my wonderful histogram. Then I'm going to look and see which ones are less likely to survive. Well, I'm going to drag my minus signs above the bottom half. Because I know that in a warm environment, maybe my low fur creatures would be more likely to survive, but this is cold. So they're going to need more fur. So I know that my high or my medium to high furred australopes are more likely to survive. And then I'm going to say my low fur are less likely to survive. And from here, I'm going to make a prediction and create data in my data table to show what I think our trait distribution would look like after 50 generations. So thinking about our simulator, thinking about what happened, okay, I might bring my bars here to certain areas and say, okay, I know that there's going to be more likely to have, let's see, we had some 8s, some 7s, okay, in this population, maybe even some 6s and some 5s. And I predict that more than likely, okay, my high, there we go, variations of fur are probably going to be more likely to survive than maybe some of my lower ones, like my 5s and my 6s. Now, my 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s, I think after 50 generations might die off. I think they might no longer be around because, well, they can't survive in the cold. Or maybe you think maybe there's a few of them, maybe there's some savvy ones in there, okay? But you know what? Their population can be super low. Now, notice a few things. Number one, I'm dragging and dropping my bars wherever I need. And number two, I'm grabbing the blue boxes at the top and the bottom, and I'm moving them up and down. Higher bars mean higher variations of that trait. Higher distribution of that trait. Lower bars means lower distribution of that trait, whatever it is I may need. And from here, ladies and gentlemen, we've completed our modeling tool. We've identified, okay, and labeled our traits as more or less likely to survive. And we've added data to show the distribution of variations in the next 50 generations. So from here, you're going to go ahead and dive into your modeling tool survey. If you put your X at the red or the yellow row, please reach out. Otherwise, good luck.